Hey everybody, it's Mama M from the Pagan Mamas Facebook page. Mama M's Bell Book and Candle in Carson City, mamamsworld.com. I don't know, you find me everywhere nowadays. I am here for today's installment of Medium Mondays, and you'll have to excuse the hair pulled back in a bun, no jewelry, only half makeup thing I've got going on right now. It is after 9 o'clock at night, and I had the kids at the swim center here locally for a couple of hours today, so I lost like half of what I did here. But they had fun and they went to sleep early, and so that was a double score for me. So I am here talking about questions that you guys have submitted, and it looks like we're going to cover like one general topic today, so this should be short and sweet. Winona asks, what do you see in reference to spirits? Do you mind sharing? Everyone sees or feels something different. What are all the different ways, etc.? So I think there's probably more different ways than I can even mention to you. It's almost different every time that I encounter spirit. Sometimes I can actually see like a full-bodied person. Sometimes I see something that's looks like a full-bodied person but is kind of see-through. Sometimes it's a shadow. Sometimes it's a flash of light. Sometimes I just know things that I didn't know before, like somebody planted a memory seed in my head. And I don't really have any explanation for why it happens the way it happens when it happens. I think every spirit kind of manifests itself and its message in a way that feels most comfortable to them. And when I was at Teresa Caputo's show in Reno last week, she actually said something that I found kind of, I don't know, I guess I found comfort in what she was saying. I found like it felt natural, her answer to that question, which was like the different levels of spirits. So like the more times you come back, the more lessons you learn, the more elevated your soul gets in the grand scheme of things. The better that you're able to vibrate, like your spiritual vibration, as she calls it. And that makes a lot of sense to me. So I think she might be onto something there. And excuse me, my phone keeps buzzing because I'm popular today. So I think probably, the more you go through reincarnation, the more you go through life and lessons and learning, the higher your vibration is raised, at least according to what she was saying, which, like I said, makes sense to me, so I'm willing to feed into that theory. So the higher levels maybe are the ones that can actually show themselves as actual people, whereas more new people can only manifest as shadows or memories or things like that are kind of implanted in your subconscious. I don't know. That's a theory. It makes sense to me, so I'm going to go with that. As far as my personal experience, the only thing that I can say 100% of the time is that it is never the same, if that makes sense. They are consistent with the inconsistency. So, like I said, sometimes I will actually be able to see a person. Like I was channeling my inner Jenny. Jenny, one of our other admins at the Pagan Mama, also can speak to the dead on their terms, not so much on her terms, same as me. And she has frequent famous visitors, and I had never had a famous visitor, but a couple months ago I walked into my living room and I saw Paul Walker sitting on my couch. And if you're not familiar with Paul Walker, he would be the blonde-haired guy that is really cute but kind of dorky on the Fast and the Furious movies. He was also in, I think, like A Knight's Tale or something like that. I don't know. I didn't follow his entire career. Like I said, he was cute, but to me he was kind of like, so. But apparently he was a really, really nice guy during his life, and he did a lot of great things for charities and stuff, and so more power to him. He stayed for a short amount of time, and it was just like, hey, I came by to say hi because you said you never had a famous visitor, and that was really kind of an interesting experience. Maybe not quite as cool as some of Jenny's visitors because she has some cooler ones. Sorry, Paul. But, he was right there on my couch. And so he must have that higher vibration, that higher level of spiritual experience. And I think that just makes the most sense as to how it works. So don't debunk anything that you see. Don't rush to think that everything is paranormal or spirit activity, because then you wind up like that douchebag Zach Bagans on Ghost Hunters or whatever the hell he's on. I don't know. Everything is always bad. And that's just not the case. We all know that. So, if you see flashes of light, if you see shadows, don't freak out. If you are not up for spiritual communication and you would just like everybody to get out of your house, make that known, because they tend to do what you tell them to do. Be as nice about it as possible, but if you have to get forceful, go ahead. It's your house. It's your place where you live and raise your children and such, and no one else is welcome there without your permission. In my house, we kind of have this rule where I go through every time I sage, which is probably about once a week, honestly. And I literally walk around with my white sage wand lit and say things like, everyone is welcome to stay as long as we can live peacefully together. Nobody messes with my kids. Nobody moves my stuff. Nobody messes with the cat. If you can follow those rules, we can live peacefully in this house together, and I don't mind if you stay. If you start messing with the kids or the cats or moving my stuff around and I can't find my keys all the time and stuff like that, you're going to have to go. And just making a verbal boundary like that does the trick. So don't let yourself feel like a spirit is in control of you, because you are the one still living. You are the one in charge of the spirit. So you are welcome to push them out of your house. And like I said, again, I recommend that you do it as peacefully as possible, as respectfully as possible, because where I personally do not believe in negative energies, some people are assholes, some spirits are assholes, and what do you want to do, piss off an asshole? I don't think so. So that was a lot of language in one video. You're welcome. This is what I'm really like. And I've had a couple of moonshine cherries, so I'm a little bit loosened up for this video. And that's what I am like, more on a normal basis, not quite so proper as some of the videos may have led you to believe. I think that's it. So questions, comments, requests for future videos, yada yada. The links will all be at the bottom of this YouTube video. Hope you enjoyed. Have a wonderful week. I'm going to bed. See ya.